Well, look who is back. I asked him to come back and answer your questions. Here you are.
I'm afraid. Hi, honey. You know I love it. You know, this is my most favorite couch in the world.
Aww.
For all of you at home, being on her couch, that's called heaven.
Oh, you were so sweet. You were so. I'm so glad. And guess what? You wore those pants just for me.
I just want to stand up and show off my behind again.
What? Gregory, I'm telling you, Mr. Turk.
Mr. Turk, this is me trying to do your ad. I'm not 20. I play between 38 and 45. This is what this demographic looks like. Hashtag sexy.
So it fits you so perfectly. It's crazy.
I know, right?
Crazy.
You would think that I was the fit model. What? Do you see all this goodness in the plaid? Who?
Get it out. Who? How? Okay, and I know they're comfortable because you had to be comfortable today because that list has grown of questions.
It scares me a little bit. Thank you. First of all,
Your questions?
Okay.
Chad.
Okay, you guys want to answer some questions?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we got lots of questions in from the stress episode, so I'm going to start with a couple of that. So here's a really good one. Jack wants to know, I get super stressed when I'm sitting in traffic. What can I do to alleviate this?
Okay, Jack, how are you? Thank you. Here's what you do you breathe. Mm-hmm. And here's the deal. What happens to most people when they are sitting in traffic, you get road rage. Mm-hmm. And road rage turns into car accidents. Yeah. It turns into anger. And I just want to say, in the way the world is these days, we have no idea how somebody's going to retaliate. Yes. And that's sad. Yeah. So what you do, Jack, is you take a few deep breaths in your nose and out your mouth. If that's not going to work for you, there's some really great balls you can get, and you can squeeze them in your hand. Mm. And you have to become factual with it. A lot of people go, oh my gosh, I can't believe there's traffic, and no one knows how important my life is over yours, so I've got to get there. If you just look at the fact and go, you know what, I'm in traffic. Mm-hmm. And I don't recommend texting and driving and calling and driving. Yeah. However, if you have to let someone know that you are in traffic because you're stopped, it's probably going to be safe to just do a quick text and say, I'm in traffic, I'll get there as soon as I can. Because your livelihood is more important than somebody kicking the behind out of you because you did a turn or you flipped somebody off. So breathe.
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 Right, Chad?
It's that easy. And plus, I have to say, for me, like traffic, like my life is so crazy just in general that when I get in my car and sit in traffic, it's actually a good time to just enjoy being peaceful. So it's great. Okay.
And also, sing your favorite songs.
Yeah.
Right.
Go Curvy.
Totally. Okay. So on the topic of stress, so Bob.
Good. I love that.
Bob is making good, healthy choices. He's very inspired. However, he is overwhelmed at the grocery store and doesn't know how to start. Are there a few good staples that you could suggest for him going to the grocery store?
You know what is so, I learned something so interesting. Start in the produce aisle. Because everything is put in, what is it, by segment, by type. Start in the produce aisle and move.
Yes, and the best way to shop at the market, Bob, is to shop on the outside. Mm-hmm. There's a girl, good friend of mine, her name is Melissa Lands. She has a company called the Fresh 20. It's about the 20th most fresh ingredients. Yep. She's all about cooking with the family and not going through drive-through and all that. And one of the first tips she gave me was to just shop on the outside.
On the outside. I love it because that's the produce aisle, that's the meat section, right? And then
you get, for people that still do dairy, there's great alternatives to dairy. You have the soy, you have the almond.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too, Bob, is people run to the market, they do a quick pull. Mm-hmm. Give yourself time. Yeah. And also read labels. A lot of people forget to read labels because you have sodium, we know what that is, but then you have words that I don't even know what that is. Yeah. And do your homework. Do your homework and do your research.
And Bob, if you're single, sometimes it's a great place to meet a lady. So take your time, like Gregory said.
So let's talk about hugs really quick, okay?
Yes.
So Laura says, my friend was telling me that there's some sort of a chemical reaction that happens when people hug that makes us happier. Is this true?
It is. A lot of people, I think there's a saying that's like a couple hugs a day will change your day. And I think that's called oxytocin. And what happens with oxytocin is it releases a chemical in your blood and in your brain, and you hug for 20 seconds. And it just shifts everything. I mean, it goes back to the show we've done on stress. Yeah. If you're having a bad moment, just hug someone. Yeah. And here's the thing. The word is called a hug. When you hug someone, really hug them. One thing that I hate the most is, hi, nice to see you, Greg.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you're burping me. I don't burp. You know, hug me and really give over your energy, because 10 times out of 10, it changes everything.
Yeah.
And let me just say this, ladies and gents, if you come home and you've had a long day and you are needing something, take a moment. Because one thing, most fights start at the end of the day when your partner's not being acknowledged. You're like, hey, I'm on the computer, I'll be with you in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And we just want to be validated.
Yeah.
Find that moment within the first 5 to 10 to 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Hug each other.
Yeah.
That 20-second hug sometimes turns into a great kiss.
Oh.
And we know that great kiss, I'm turning myself on, that great kiss turns into beautiful moments that we let life interrupt.
Yes. Yes.
It all comes full circle.
Yes.
So, Laura, let's hug.
Yeah.
Kiss,
Love
I don't
it.
know.
Right,
pretty much
right,
is-
Chad?
I mean, that pretty much explains why we're having a really good segment, because we started off before we started taping with a 20-second hug around the world.
Right.
It
We
was
did.
great. Thank you.
And then a few of us kissed.
Only a couple.
All
right, so-
for the best kissers, raise your hand. Raise your hand, Chad. You have to
Oh,
support who
sorry.
you are. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, so Gregory,
Yes.
Rona, she wants to know, what is your favorite spring 2015 trend in men's fashion?
Oh.
You know what? Thank you, Rona. My favorite trend in men's fashion spring 2015, I'm going to say for me, is bold patterns. And it's about mixing and matching, and what I believe is a universal trend, no matter what style, season, or whatever, and we talked about this, is not apologizing for what you're wearing. If I feel sexy in this, you're going to believe I'm sexy in it, and that's all I need to know. And also taking risks. You know, the beard for men was really big. So guys, play with the beard. Do something different. A lot of men will say, oh my God, I can't grow a beard. Well, if you can, grow it, because you could shave it if you don't like it.
Exactly.
And also, what I really like are accessories.
Yes.
Really fun pieces. I bought this in Hawaii at Christmas time. A great bracelet. And since men don't have as many accessories as women, an awesome pair of shoes, or if you're wearing a suit, a really bold pocket square. The pocket square and the tie don't have to match. And as you have sported before, Chad, a great bow tie.
Oh, yeah.
Something, and also make it easy too. If you wear a pair of khakis and a white dress shirt and a blazer, you can throw on a different vest later on, or a different accessory. Stuff like
I
that.
love it. Love it. Isn't that great advice, Chad?
Oh, yeah,
And
I
also,
mean-
in Rona, cologne. Cologne is a different accessory.
Oh, we love a good smelling man.
I'm all about Tom Ford Black Orchid. What?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'm a Joe Malone grapefruit kind of guy. Do you guys like Joe Malone?
Oh,
I
it's so
love
fresh.
Joe Malone. Okay, so if you go to Saks and you get Joe Malone stuff, they will give you a bunch of little samples, and you could do like a staple of grapefruit and then spritz it up with other stuff. That's
Oh, I
generally
love
what
it.
I do.
But did you also know, Chad, that with Joe Malone, grapefruit, it gives off the illusion that you are younger than who you are.
Oh, really?
A good friend of mine, Kim Douglas, who was on Home and Family, gave that antidote a long time ago. So I live in grapefruit.
Fun.
Yes, I am
Love
28.
it. All right, so let's move on. So Irene Gomez at Petite Plutz Meow, she says,
Yes.
I know that Gregory got into motivational speaking. How has he developed content for his speaking engagements?
I live life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe that we all have a story.
Yeah.
And thank you for the question, Irene. We all have a story.
Yeah.
What is your story? You know, for when my twin brother Lawrence and I do makeovers, please feel free to check out the fashion guy, Gregory Zarian, who will
But
be...
he's not the other twin. We have the good-looking twin here.
You know what? Beauty is all in the eyes of the beholder. And I'm sure to all of you that think he's hot and I'm not, I still love you. You know,
And we love you.
it's all about, we all have a story.
Yes.
What's so lovely about being on your show is you tell real stories.
Yeah.
You know, we have stories that we get stuck in. And what happened for me when I first became a motivational speaker is I was talking to a group of models and actors.
Yeah.
And they get up on a stage and they're worried about being seen by casting directors and agents and clients. Well, the reason why they're afraid is because they're thinking, what you think of me is important to me, so I'm afraid.
Yeah.
That's a story.
Yeah.
And here's the deal, if you're going to tell me that, that's your business. I don't want to know what you think of me is not my business. So if you stop your story and just go, this is what it is right here, right now, you celebrate the past, you embrace what the possibilities of the future are, yet you love right here, right now.
Yeah.
That's how you live a stronger, healthier, more creative life.
Absolutely. And I want to answer a little bit of that question too, because
Please.
one of the reasons why you are so great at it is you are so honest. Real talk.
Thank you.
You are so honest, Gregory, and that's why the viewers and we here at Go Curvy, we love you so much because you're honest and you're not afraid to talk.
Well, because what you think, I'm not. And I used to, and when we were younger, we wouldn't really, the children that would be seen, not heard.
Yeah.
What is interesting per se as an adult male trying to date in this world
Yeah.
is, we all go on the date and we have this, it's the interview process. And I'm so busy and grateful in my world that I don't have time to put on this other persona
Yes.
of being someone else.
So true.
And sometimes people will be like, are you this intense? Are you this? And I'm like, I am.
Yeah.
You either want to swim in this pool or you don't.
Yeah.
And if you don't, somebody else will want to.
Absolutely.
Because it's about living an authentic life.
Yes. And we've had many ladies on this couch who wanted to swim in that pool, baby.
What? Does somebody want to dive into this?
Chad, wasn't that amazing?
Oh my God. Well, here's a fact. Gregory, you are awesome.
Thank
You
you,
were so
Chad.
sweet. You were so inspirational. Thank you so much for coming on. It was so great to have you again.
So
Great to see you.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Can
my
I come
love.
back?
Please come back.
Yes.
So we can do more couch time.
Yes.
Can I change my pants? I'll wear Mr. Turk again, though.
Wait, you are Mr.
Okay.
Turk? Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Turk, you need to listen. Sweetheart, thank you. Come back soon, my love, my love. I got my
Thank you for having
kiss. Yay! Gregory Zarian, always such a pleasure. Come back
Thank
soon.
you, promise.
Love you.
Love you.